You may have heard of the Step Into Reading series of books for children. These are books that often feature fun characters, simple stories, understandable vocabulary, and a resolution to the story that teaches kids a valuable lesson. The publication that will be analyzed today is a cookie-cutter example of this. It is titled Me Too, Woody. It features the cast from Disney Pixar's Toy Story 2 and is part of the Step 1 section in the Step Into Reading series. Step 1 is described on the back of the book as, and I quote, Step 1. Ready to read. Preschool-kindergarten. Does your child know the alphabet? Is your child eager to begin reading? Step 1 is the perfect first step. Big type and easy words, rhyme and rhythm, picture clues. Unquote. The plot of Me Too, Woody is extremely simple at first glance. Jessie feels left out of the games and activities that Buzz and Woody partake in because they can only have 2 players. At the end of the book, Jessie finally gets to play a game of baseball with the Toy Story 2 cast, and kids are taught that they should include other children in their games that they play. However, when we look at the story from an allegorical standpoint, we see a much deeper meaning that has been meticulously placed in it. Woody and Jessie are both cowboy and cowgirl toys. They go hand in hand, almost like brother and sister. However, when Buzz Lightyear partakes in activities with Woody, he forsakes Jessie in favor of himself. Every time that he denies Jessie of the ability to join the activities, Woody is clearly looking right at Jessie, and he is seeing the disappointment and frustration that she is expressing. All the while, he is openly expressing happiness from seeing Jessie in this state. This could be seen as an allegory for man's descent into a life of sin and disdain for his own kind. These types of feeling and mindset lead to a spiral into depression from Woody. At the end of the story, we can see that Woody finally includes Jessie in a game of baseball, in a possible attempt to change his ways and find redemption. If the classic story of a person who went astray from the straight road and seeks to find his way back to a life of salvation and virtue seems familiar, that's because this is a scenario that has been done time and time again in literature. And one shining example of this would be Dante Alighieri's La Commedia, often referred to as the Divine Comedy. It starts with the classic Dante's Inferno, a story of how Dante goes to the 9 levels of hell as a first step in finding salvation. A correlation that could be made between Me Too, Woody and Dante's Inferno is the fact that the Inferno was the first book in the Divine Comedy and Me Too, Woody is part of the Step 1 category. They both deal with a spiral into sin and go on the path to seek salvation. Me Too, Woody is a truly beautiful allusion to a literary masterpiece that very few seem to take notice of, and I hope that this has opened your eyes to the hidden meaning of everyday things that so many of us see as simple and mundane.